So today we're going to be making this thing right here. My original idea was to take it ice fishing with me, and this whole unit will fit down into a 5-gallon bucket. Got a nice handle on it, you can carry it. It's got a battery right in the back. The cable wraps around here. I didn't do a very good job wrapping it this time, but I can also take this out in the canoe with me. Instead of trying to hook this transducer up to the motor every time, or carrying my motor around with all this cable on it, I'll just drop this down the side and I've got myself a little fish finder. This is a pretty inexpensive fish finder. It's old, they don't make this anymore. It's not the best thing in the world, but it works. And please subscribe to my channel, it really helps out a lot, and then that way I can just keep making some videos for you guys. Thanks a lot. Okay, so I'm going to take this Mighty Max battery that I bought off on Amazon, 12 volt 9 amp hour battery. Hopefully that's going to work well. I'm going to put it on my base here and just mark that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take some scrap pieces of wood, cut them to the right length, and make a little, kind of box this in a little bit so it can't move very well. Then I'll probably put some Velcro on the bottom, and I think if I keep it upright all the time, it'll be alright. I might have to make some type of a strap. Now, what I'm using for the bottom, you could just cut out a piece of plywood. That's what this is, a piece of plywood. But this came off in a spool of cable, so I won't have to cut it into a circle. And this will fit down into my 5-gallon bucket. And I'll just put a handle on there, put my Lowrance on there. Hopefully it's going to work all right. I gotta find one more piece of scrap wood for the back. I might take this down a little bit, make it a little thinner, and then I'll glue and brad nail these on here. Okay, so I've taken a couple of 2x4s, cut them down to about, I think, the right height. This is going to depend on what you have for a unit, but I want my unit to be able to tilt back and forth with that battery there. It comes up onto a little stand and then pivots, so this should be plenty high enough. This is bigger around than I really want it. I think I'm going to cut a little off of each of these, and I'm going to round it a little bit and hopefully be able to wrap my cable around this. Well, I certainly can't take much of it off. I can take off the corners a little bit. And a speck off on the side. This will go over here. I can take a little off in there. And then I can round the corners a little bit. But man, not much. There's a lot of cable on this because it's a regular fish finder. It's not made for ice fishing, so there's a lot of cable here. But I want to be able to wrap around that. And I still need that cable for when I put it in my boat. Oh, I got some work to do. Okay, so I've got my layout where the battery's going to go. I've cut these little guys out. I'm going to glue and brad nail these here to hold that battery in place. This is something I cut out. It's a couple 2x4s. I glued them together, cut them out. This is where the actual fish finder is going to be mounted. So I've already marked where the holes are for the fish finder and pre-drilled them. Now, on the back of this, kind of got to have an idea of where I'm going to drill holes to mount this. So I'm going to mark that. I'm going to drill holes through here. And I'm going to take this and line it up and mark those holes again and drill them in this. Then I can screw that on there. And put these on. And then work on a handle. Okay, got my handle all cut out here. I think that'll work. So what I want to do now is drill some pilot holes. I want pilot holes in the bottoms of these, and then the sides of these, and then through here. Otherwise, I may split wood. So that's first on the agenda. So these are too long to fit in my small drill press, so I had to put them in here like this to do the ends. The sides and the small one that I went in through the ends I could do on the drill press, but these I had to do this way. So this is the handle. I probably should have used a dowel, but I was just using this piece of wood here, so it's not real comfortable to grab a hold of, the sharp edges. So I'm just going to round these out a little bit on my belt sander. got to crimp. This stuff used to go to a large deep cycle battery, and that's not going to do there anymore, so I have to strip this wire. There. And strip this little tiny black wire. And then crimp them into these. This is pretty small wire for these. That red one's fine, it's the black one. Alright, I'm going to have to solder this onto one of these things. Okay, I got it soldered, I put it on, I turned it on, it works. So everything's good. Now I just got to take this off, this out. I'll put Velcro in here eventually, but right now I'm going to take this unit off and paint this. I'll probably put at least one coat of primer on it and then a couple of coats of whatever color I decide to do it in, and then put some clear coat, a couple coats of clear coat over that, put it back together, and I should have a working unit. Okay, so I'm painting. I'm in my basement because it is like 30 degrees outside. With the wind chill factor it's 23. So even in the garage it's like under 40. So I am going to paint down here. I've done my 2 coats of primer, and I found a little can of blue paint here that I'm going to try. I'm going to have to put at least 2 coats on there, I think. Yeah, should have used gray primer probably. Alright, so I've got it painted. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it's functional. That's all I care about. So I'm going to put a couple coats of polyurethane on here, and then we'll slap her together, and hopefully I'll get to use it before too long. Today is April 16th, and it snowed for a while, so it's very cold today. And I've gone by some lakes. There's still ice on most of the lake. Well, yeah, pretty much all the lakes have a decent amount of ice on them still. So maybe a couple weeks before I get out in my canoe. I can hit some rivers and brooks soon probably, but right now it's been raining a lot, so they're pretty high and moving pretty fast. But alright, I'm going to put a couple coats of this on, then I'll put this sucker together. Alright, so here it is. It's all painted, clear coated, ready to go. I don't have any Velcro to put where the battery goes right now, and I'm not going to make a special trip to the hardware store to get any right now with the coronavirus thing going on. As a matter of fact, I don't think we can even get into the hardware stores here right now. I think you have to call ahead and they bring it out to you. So I'm in no hurry. It's still cold here. I don't think I'm going to be fishing for a couple of weeks with this yet. So maybe I'll just order some online. Battery's going to go right there. I'll screw this in right here, and the cable wraps right around this. It works. So it works. I'll have to wrap this up around there. Get some Velcro. I bought a heat gun. I am going to be using that for soft plastics. Gonna be doing some soft plastic stuff this year. A little differently than before. Got a microwave out here now. And I learned a lot of tricks on the internet during the winter. So that's something to look forward to. Hey, thanks a lot for watching. Please hit that like button if you like this. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, please. Thank you.